Hello and welcome to another video from the Silver Citizen. Remember, if you like what you see, hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the bell so you don't miss a video. Share it in your social media, get the word out. Okay, let's get into it. This one is about the 6 of the best that I've just watched. I mean, while the game was going on, I was working, but I've just watched it on BT Sport. Their own victory against Nottingham Forest, 6-0. And all I can say about the performance is, wow. Wow. Now, I said at the start of the season, I thought that City would hit their stride, get up to what I'd consider match fitness and match sharpness and all the rest of it. But about Crystal Palace, Nottingham Forest, talk about being on the money. I mean, the last, I'd say, half hour, 35 minutes against Palace, you could see us starting to click. Today, we were amazing. Everything. The touch, the speed of the passing, the passes, the intensity, the closing down, the winning the ball back. Every single player was top notch. Now, my dad turned round to me on a couple of occasions and said, Haaland doesn't do any of the running. I think we'd have been better suited to have Núñez. Núñez does the running. Haaland doesn't do the running. I hope he doesn't still think that we'd rather have Núñez. And today, if he ever watches this match, he'll see that Haaland does the running. I mean, I was only watching on the TV, and I saw him do a pass that didn't get to a City player, and he was the one that went and won the ball back on the halfway line. Now, he was closing down on the wing, he was coming back, he was all over the place to get the ball back. But as soon as City get the ball back, his first thought is get into that box. And get into the box, that's where I'm alive. That's where I come alive. Now, when he didn't score, the one game he didn't get a goal in, all this talk came about Haaland. Oh, he only had, I think it was 6 touches. He only had 6 touches. He only made 2 passes. He only did this. Against Newcastle, he scored a goal. We're going on about the touches. He got an hat-trick against Palace. He only had 8 touches in the first half. He only had 8 touches in the second half. Even today on BT Sport, he only had 12 touches. Well, I suppose the opposing defences are quite happy that he doesn't touch the ball. Because so far this season, Haaland has touched the ball 105 times. He's had 105 touches and scored 9 goals, which equates to about a goal every 11.6 touches. Just over 11.5 touches, he gets a goal. And out of those 105 touches, 22 of them have been shots. 12 of those shots have been on target. He gets a shot on target every 1.8 shots and scores a goal every 2.4 shots. If you're going on about every shot on target, he gets a goal every 1.3 shots on target. So pretty much every time it goes on target, it's hitting the back of the net. And he has a shot on goal every 4.7 touches. The guy is a machine. Haaland Globetrotter. That's what I'm going to start calling him. Erling Braut Haaland Goals Globetrotter. I don't think there's anything I can say about the lad that hasn't already been said. And he won man of the match because he got the hat-trick. But today the entire team was fantastic. I don't think you've got to give the man of the match to anyone. I mean, Alvarez. I heard Sergio Aguero turn around when we signed him and said he's got the work rate of Tevez and the shooting ability of myself, meaning Sergio Aguero, not me. But today, I agree with him. His work rate, he was all over the place, chasing things down, never stopped. I mean, from what I saw on the TV, obviously you only get like a short screen, don't you? But it was his first, I'd say, full match in a meaningful game. His first start in a meaningful game for City. And he was buzzing all over the place. He had a shot in the first half which hit the post. In fairness, I think if it had have been on target, I think Henderson would have pushed it out for a corner, because as you see in the replays of it, the ball is actually going past Henderson's hand and it's the outside of the post. So I think a millimetre further inside the post, Henderson had got a tip on it. He wasn't that far away from touching it anyway. So I think it'd have been saved if it was on target, but fantastic shot. Good touch, good control, takes it into his space and bang. I mean, I don't know how many touches, I haven't rewound it back and watched it, but Alvarez's first goal, apart from the header when I think it was Diaz that put the ball over for Mahrez, and Lodi got an header on it. If Lodi wouldn't have touched that, I would probably say that City probably had about 45 to 50 passes leading up to that goal. I think we had the ball for about 2.5 minutes. And like I said, the final ball, Lodi headed up, Mahrez headed up, flicked it through, and there's Alvarez. I mean, you see when the players are coming out and Pep's, turning around to Alvarez and going like that. And he did more of that in the second half. Whatever Pep was saying to him was something about, finding the gaps and running through or something like that. But he was running through the gaps, he was running in between defenders a lot more in the second half than he was in the first, and he got his just rewards with 2 goals. And the second goal, one touch to control it, and he's right-footed. And the left-footed finish, magnificent. Magnificent. Cancelo with a peach with his right foot, probably the goal of the game. And Erling Haaland did what Erling Haaland does. First touch, goal. He got an header. I think it was going just wide that Stones got a touch on and the flag went up. You saw from the replay, Stones was probably about a yard or 2 offside. There was no need for lines to come out or anything like that. Haaland slotted the second one into an empty net and then headed a third one in. Perfect hat-trick. First with his left foot, second with his right foot, third with his head. Perfect hat-trick. And smashed the record. Because players coming into the Premier League, that's not, players coming through the youth ranks or anything like that or whatnot. Or players that were already playing professional football when the Premier League started. But players coming into the Premier League, before today, the fastest person to score 2 hat-tricks was Tony Yeboah, and he did that after 21 games. Haaland's done it after 5. And in fact, Haaland did it within a 90-minute period. Second half against Crystal Palace, first half against Notts Forest. The guy is a machine. And as I said at the start of the season, I expect Haaland to probably get about 30 goals. The way he's going, I wouldn't mind betting he gets 45. This guy is amazing. And so is I honestly can't pick out a player that I thought wasn't magnificent today. We were mesmerising. Absolutely brilliant. It was a joy to watch. An absolute joy. Players that started, the people that came off the bench, which was Cole Palmer came off the bench, Sergio Gomez came off the bench, Kevin De Bruyne, Riyad Mahrez, Rico Lewis came off the bench. I thought they all did very well. People that started it, same. I mean, Rodri, old in midfield. The attacking players can do what they can do, but Rodri was a colossus in the defensive midfield role, breaking everything up, intercepting everything, spreading the play. Fantastic. And what went past him, Diaz and Stones were there. Forest had an header from Ladder in the first half. A good cross. An header that is a side netting. And a shot in the second half from about 30 yards out, and that is it. And I think they had that shot out of frustration because if they managed to get past Rodri, John Stones and Ruben Diaz was a no entry zone. Do not pass go, do not collect $200. You're not coming past. And it got to the point where they knew they weren't getting past, so rather than try, just have a shot from 30 yards out. Bread and butter for Edison. We were magnificent all over the pitch. By far our best performance this year. And hopefully it kickstarts us on and we play just as well, if not better, against Villa and keep on going. But for me, Edison, who I'd give a 6-2, purely on the fact that he stayed awake by the time the shot came on target. But everyone else, 9 and 10s. 9 and 10s all over. Brilliant. And then, after you've watched that joyous occasion, there was a few times where we probably could have scored more. There was a chance when Sergio Gomez had the ball. I think he should have played it across. But he sort of cut the ball back and the Forest player went flying past him. And then he tried finding someone and Forest had got players back. I think if it had hit it in first time, Mahrez was running in. Mahrez had had a shot, whether it went in, we'll never know. Can't remember who played the delightful through ball. Might have been Alvarez to De Bruyne. After Alvarez had made it 6. Henderson came off his line. De Bruyne went to hit it under his legs. Henderson got the block. Went out for a corner. All over the pitch. Waxed lyrical about every single one of our players today. An absolute joy. And then obviously I'm watching it on BT Sport, and after I watch the performance that made me think City are going to win the league, it's just a matter of when we're actually going to be crowned champions. Pep gets interviewed. Now I think the only reason he gave a nice answer, I don't know if we're going to have a successful season, is because it was a woman. And he didn't want people having a go at him for it. I think if it's a man asking those questions, or one particular question, which I'm going to tell you in a minute, I think Pep probably treats him like an idiot. But he didn't want to be as cruel and, what have you, to a woman. Now here's the question. Are Haaland and Alvarez the final pieces in your jigsaw to have a successful season? Yes, you heard that right. Are Haaland and Alvarez the final pieces of your jigsaw to have a successful season? Now, I could understand if she'd have said the final pieces of your jigsaw to get your hands on the Champions League. But just winning the Champions League isn't a successful season. Other than that, if it is, then all across Europe there is only one team that has a successful season, regardless of what else you do. You're only successful if you win the Champions League. I don't buy into that shit. If she'd have said final piece of your jigsaw to win the Champions League, fair enough. But to have a successful season, what, so 4 league titles in 5 years isn't a success? 4 Carabao Cups in 5 years isn't a success? 5 FA Cup semi-finals in 6 years isn't a success? To reach the last 4 of the Champions League back to back isn't success? To win the league with 100 points isn't a successful season. To win every single domestic competition on offer, and still the only side to do that in history. Nobody, not one single team, has ever won every single domestic trophy on offer except for Manchester City. They're the only ones. But doing it isn't a successful season, apparently. Playing every game, barring one, the FA Cup final, and winning 2 trophies, isn't a successful season. You get the feeling that Pep would have said something along the lines, what, haven't we had a successful season before? If it was a man. I think the only reason why he'll let her off the hook is because it's a woman. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. But, anyway. The game was magnificent. The performance was fantastic. And I can't wait for Villa. I honestly can't wait for Villa. Steven Gerrard must be shitting bricks. Tyrone Mings probably won't sleep until Saturday night. And he goes to bed and thinks, thank God that's over. Tyrone Mings facing Haaland, he'll be waking up in the middle of the night going, no! I can't wait. But apparently we've gone to get another defender, this time from Borussia Dortmund. Nothing's come through yet. They said during the commentary that City have had a bid accepted, and he was in Manchester earlier today to start his medical. So that'll probably get done, and I'll probably do a video on that the same day I do a video about all the outgoings, City's transfer window in general, which I will do on Friday. Got to be up early Friday morning, said wife to work, so by the time the transfer window closes at 11 o'clock, I'll be going to bed pretty soon, so that's why I say Friday. But anyway, until then, adios amigos.